Jacksonville Jaguars fans, welcome into Duval Daily, presented by GenJag.com. I'm Jordan DeLugo. Thanks so much for being here. Wednesday, September 3rd, one day away from NFL regular season football. Just a few sleeps away from the Jaguars taking on the Panthers in week 1. And we will be previewing the ever-loving crap out of that game. Starting tomorrow morning through the rest of the weekend, we are going to be previewing Jaguars-Panthers. We're going to be talking about all the little nooks and crannies of that matchup and everything in between. And we've also got Club Jaguar tonight at 8:30 p.m. That's going to be on UCF Jaguars channel, so make sure to be there. It's only going to be on his channel this week. Next week, it'll be on my channel. We'll be rotating back and forth. But Jaguars, it's right here. The regular season is right here. Liam Cohen told me today that he has confidence in his team. And another person who has a lot of confidence in the Jacksonville Jaguars appears to be Bill Barnwell of ESPN. We're going to take a look at what Bill Barnwell has to say about your Jacksonville Jaguars right here and right now. Really appreciate you being here. If you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe. You can also check out genjag.com/shop. Pick up some new Duval gear like the hat I am wearing right now. A lot of fun stuff up on the site. We are also going to be having a couple 904-day drops tomorrow, Thursday, September 4th, so be on the lookout for that. Bill Barnwell of ESPN. What is his official title at ESPN? Let's see here. Doesn't say. That's okay, though. He's, I would say, one of their lead analysts for pro football, right? He has the Jacksonville Jaguars winning the AFC South. He has the Houston Texans not making the playoffs. And we're going to read what Bill has to say here, analyze it, talk about it, have a good time. Thanks so much for being here, y'all. So, picking the Jaguars to win the AFC South, he says, I'm running my 2024 prediction back in the AFC South with the Jags taking over first place from Houston. They were off by only 6 games last season. I expect that to be a tongue-in-cheek comment. So it's hard to figure that much could go So it's hard to figure that could go much worse in 2025. In the likely to improve column, I wrote about how the 2024 Jaguars were one of the more unlucky teams in the league. They went 3-10 in one-score games, becoming the first team in NFL history to lose 10 games by 7 points or less in a single season. They also were the second team in NFL history to produce only one multiple turnover game all season, and the first to do that with the benefit of a 17-game campaign. They will win more one-score games and create more takeaways in 2025, especially with Travis Hunter joining the secondary. It feels like the Jaguars are running into our new coach is obviously a major upgrade on our old coach cycle more than any other team. But after Trevor Lawrence endured a static and frustrating offense when healthy in 2024, the hope has to be that he gets back to his old form with Liam Cohen at the helm and a more modern offensive attack. We're not that far removed from the midway point of 2023 when the Jaguars were in position to claim the top seed in the AFC in November before a Lawrence injury set them into a tailspin. Then again, we were even closer to that moment 12 months ago, and the Jags certainly did not look like a 1 seed at any point in 2024. Still, Bill Barnwell has the Jacksonville Jaguars winning the AFC South, and he's not alone. I've heard a number of analysts that I respect, including Bill, some folks over at Yahoo, Matt Harmon. Not necessarily all of these people picking the Jaguars to win the AFC South, but there's a lot of sentiment that the Jaguars could potentially make the playoffs. I think that there's a strong chance they make the playoffs. In fact, I predicted them to make the playoffs at 9-8. And you haven't seen a lot of 9-8 teams making it lately outside of division winners in the AFC South, but I think that you look at the problems with the Texans, it's mostly just looking at their offensive line situation. And that's fair to criticize. There's no question about it. But I think Barnwell hits on a lot of good points. The Jaguars, and this is such a hotly debated argument year to year, teams that were close to winning it, and you can make the argument every team is close to winning every game almost every single week. Like, yes, it's the NFL. It's the league of parity. Most games are close. But Bill Barnwell highlights an excellent point. The Jaguars were the first team in NFL history to lose 10 games by 7 points or less in a single season. And they were that close in that many games with horrible coaching, with myriad injuries. Lots of poor execution. A team that was disjointed from the top down. Now you have a team that has a unified vision at the top. Tony Baselli, Liam Cohen, James Gladstone, all coming in at the same time. This entire coaching staff outside of Heath Farwell, all coming in at the exact same time. I don't think Heath Farwell being a holdover is an issue in any way, shape, or form. That was a wonderful decision by this organization to keep Heath Farwell as the special teams coordinator. You have talent at some of the most important positions in the sport. You have, in my opinion, an elite edge duo, a elite duo of talents at receiver. You might want to hold off on calling them elite until we see Travis Hunter do it in a game, but I believe he's going to be elite. But Travis Hunter and Brian Thomas Jr., you have a quarterback with the best situation of his career who has made do with really bad situations throughout his career and still done a good job outside of being injured. You have upside on defense in a lot of ways. The interior of that defensive line, there is upside for it to be very good. Eric Armstead, Mason Smith, Tyson Campbell, can he stay healthy? Even if he can't, you have better options on defense now at corner. Travis Hunter, Jarian Jones, Jordan Lewis, Buster Brown when he gets healthy. You have a defense that appears to have the pieces in place to force more turnovers than they did in 2024. They were the second team in NFL history to produce only one multiple turnover game all season, and the only team to do that in a 17-game schedule. Regression, even if everything stayed exactly the same as it was last year, regression would likely be coming in a positive way for the Jaguars, but they did not bank on regression. They got rid of everybody. They got rid of their GM. They got rid of their staff, front office staff. They got rid of the coaching staff. They brought in new, innovative, young, hungry minds to run this thing. And Tony Baselli, who there's not really anyone on this planet more passionate about the Jaguars being a good organization than Tony Baselli. So, yeah, I think the Jaguars do have a good chance to win the AFC South. I'm not picking them to win the AFC South yet because I simply do have a lot of faith in the Texans' ability to figure things out a little bit better on the offensive line than they did last year. Even if I don't think the talent is better than it was last year, I think it's worse. But I also believe with better protection rules, better offensive line coaching, they will get more out of that group. I believe in CJ Stroud's ability to take over more at the line of scrimmage, which they're implementing that this year. I believe in their receiving core, and I think that they're going to have the best defense in football. I think it's going to be close between those two teams. I really do. Jaguars and Texans, to me, are at the top of this division. I have the Texans winning it because I think they will have the most dominant unit, defense or offense. I think they're going to have a dominant defense in the division. So, yeah, I've got the Texans winning the division still, but I would not be surprised at all if the Jaguars win it. I will be surprised if it ends up being the Colts or the Titans. The Colts, I just can't see winning this division with the competitiveness in this division out, not having a quarterback. Daniel Jones, sure, maybe Shane Steichen can work some magic again and get another bottom feeder starting, backup level quarterback to actually look like a competent starter. Wouldn't put it past Shane Steichen, but it's a dangerous way to live year over year. So Bill Barnwell, a lot of folks around the league have a lot of excitement about the Jacksonville Jaguars this year, and we're going to start finding out this Sunday, September 7th, 1 p.m. against the Carolina Panthers in Jacksonville, exactly where the Jaguars are at right now. Now, you should know, week one can be fluky, but There will be no excuses if the Jaguars cannot handle business against the Panthers. No excuses. Really appreciate y'all tuning in. If you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe. Y'all have a good one.